This is Kangundi. From every corner of this land, Kangundi rises like a reminder that geography too can shape destiny. Strategically perched at the tri-junction of Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Kangundi once controlled the routes of trade and the very movement of kingdoms across the southern plains. Many saints and rishis who came here called it Mini Mount Kailash, drawn by the hill's rare rising current of positivity and stillness. Long before the kings carved their names into the stone, the Yanadi, Boya and Valmiki tribes walked these slopes as the first keepers of the land, hunter-gatherers who read the land the way others read scriptures. And as their footsteps fade into the hill's silence, a new chapter begins to rise. When the Cholas arrived in this landscape, Kangundi shifted from a quiet hill to a breathing chapter of their empire. They built the Kali Mandir here with precision of kings and the devotion of a devotee. Every wall carrying their unmistakable blend of power and prayer. Even today, as light moves across the stone, you feel the echo of an age that treated architecture as worship. And then the sanctum reveals itself, carved with the Cholas' most intimate language of faith. Here, the stone speaks openly, bodies entwining, a mother birthing life, creation unfolding without shame or concealment. For the Cholas, these were not carvings, they were the truth of existence placed at the heart of the divine. And on the outer walls, Hanuman appears in his Atibala Mahabala form, devotion carved as strength. Everywhere you see, fish and serpent motifs wind across the stone, guardians of fertility, protectors of sacred energy, and a quiet reminder of forces moving beneath the world that we see. With the Hoysola's presence, Kangundi entered a new grammar. As we move into the Sri Venugopala Swami temple, its outer walls reveal the dynasty's precise blend of geometry and devotion. Yali, part lion and part elephant, was crafted to protect the sanctum. And across the panel, Vishnu's 10 incarnations appear in sequence. Inside, the Venugopala Murti holds the temple's quiet center. And above, we see the Hoysola lotus ceiling, a cosmic flower designed to steady the breath. And then, we stand in front of Sri Ramanujacharya, the deity and the philosopher who shaped generations of practice. And then, the Vijayanagara Empire. Kangundi gained its strongest walls and its most formidable architecture that still trace the outline of a kingdom. And within the temple corridors, the Gauri Ganesha sculpture, Parvati and her child, carved as a symbol of auspicious beginnings. Above one shrine, the ceiling tells the fierce tale of Hanuman confronting Kalanemi, the demon who rose as a crocodile to stop Hanuman from bringing the Sanjeevani hill. It's a reminder that Vijayanagar still chose to carve courage. With the Cholas, the Hoysalas and the Vijayanagar Empire, Kangundi became more than a hill. It became a crossroad of empires, each leaving behind the truth the others could not erase.
Namaskaram. So we are in a great Kangundi fort, which is a Giri Durgam, which is supposed to be on the rock. So it is a history of 1,000 years, 1 millennium. So one tribal leader from Malinaidu, the founder of this dynasty, he migrated from Kurnool and came to this place. This was strategically perfect for their establishing their kingdom. So these rajas or palegars or jamindars, whatever we call it, so they have constructed this mighty fort. 7 enclosures are there. On the top of the hill there is a very ancient Shiva temple is there, Malleshwara we call it, and there are other temples, Venugopala Swami, Virupacheswara Swami, Kalikamba. All these temples are, even today it is very famous. And this place is very unique because there is a river flowing from Pala river is flowing. Now our Honorable Chief Minister is connecting Pala river to Krishna river. There are very ancient rocks, caves and old paintings, and there is a unique art form here. The natakams, kolatams and handicrafts here. People make this from wooden, the toys and play materials. Such is the history here, and from this forest we have unique forest produce. So soap nuts, honey, gums and very valuable herbal plants are there. So we want to promote this as one of the best tourism places. The climate is wonderful, it's very pleasant, people is very nice, and the homestay is also very much flourishing now. So we want to see this Kangundi as a great tourist place in the years to come. Thank you. Please visit Kangundi. Namaste.
On the night of Mahashivratri, when most of the world looks upward in prayer, the tribes of Kangundi begin their devotion from earth itself. Simple in living, yet steady in spirit, they gather with drums, fire and a faith carried quietly through generations. In a country where tribal communities often remain unseen, their devotion continues untouched by distance. Every step becomes a conversation with Shiva, and every rhythm a thread connecting the past and the present. Through movement alone, devotion finds its voice. When the drums fall silent and the fire fades, what remains is not a spectacle but belief, which is carried forward not by monuments but by people who never stopped dancing with their own gods. Kangundi is not a single story. It is a stack of centuries. The same hill that guided tribal hunters later directed imperial armies, because its height once decided who could move, trade, and survive across southern India. Stone here was never replaced. It was reused, reinterpreted, carved again, meaning the same rock has served gods, kings, soldiers, and pilgrims. Empires rose by reading this hill correctly and fell when they stopped listening to it. Paths that one carried hunting trails became military routes, then pilgrimage climbs, and now spiritual ascents, all without the hill changing its shape. Nothing here was written to last, yet Kangundi remembers everything, not in ink, but in elevation, alignment, and silence. Every place that survives time eventually learns how to welcome the future. Today, a new chapter rises at Kangundi, not through conquest or carving, but through possibility. The Kangundi Bouldering Rock Climbing Gymnasium, established by the Mahavatar Babaji TadEkam Foundation. It offers the youth of this land something rare: direction without force and strength without violence. Here, climbing becomes discipline, focus becomes devotion, and the hill that once tested warriors now trains resilience in young hands. It is not a departure from the sacred, but a continuation of effort replacing offering and balance becoming belief. Across centuries, we have climbed hills for power, for faith, for survival, and now for growth. We name these journeys differently with every age, but the hill never does. It watches us rise, stumble, learn, and begin again, not as conquerors, not as heirs of history, but as children returning home.